Hello, my name is METİN. This is 289th part of explanation of my theory. According to my theory and my formulas, the origin of observable universe is the interaction between two types of lights and their sources. My purpose in this video is not to explain the secret of life. My aim is to say that there are mainly two different types of light and two different types of light sources that are not realized by accepted physics theories, and to say that life and its observable universe experience, subjective reality, emerged from the interaction between of these two different types of light sources. Whether you are aware of it or not, the duality of life and matter is within you. You cannot have a physical science that explains the observable universe with an intelligence that remains within the observable universe. Therefore, any physics done while remaining limited within the observable universe is metaphysics. And theoretical physics to date is nothing but metaphysics. When we look at the transcendent matter with our mind eyes, this is one of my main category, meta sensation perception matter. When we look at the transcendent matter with our minds, our mind eyes, we see that we do not exist as a separate object in the transcendent matter reality. As an object. Because there is no pen with which we can draw a picture on that blank white paper. And this is important. There is no emptiness, there is no nothingness, there is no vacuum with which we can limit somewhere as distinguishable objects on meta-sensation perception matter. Please listen to me now. Because there is no pen with which we can draw a picture on that blank white paper, and there is no emptiness, there is no nothingness, there is no space, there is no vacuum with which we can limit somewhere as distinguishable objects on meta-sensation perception matter reality. But there must be, like itself it is, like meta-sensation perception matter, eternal. But there must be eternal intrinsic cyclical motion. Not object. Motion. Form. Motion form. Motion is eternal. According to my theory and my formulas. like matter. I'm a materialist. Okay? But not vulgar materialist. There is life. The biggest mystery of our universe. Yes. Yes. Wait a moment, please. But there must be eternal my famous lambda normal section of ring-shaped, perpetual, repetitive, spherical motion form, intrinsic motion form of meta-sensation perception matter, electron motion form or electron-like motion forms, cyclical. There must be. And these are law markers of all of universes, at least conventional, at least we understand as we understand. Yes, but there must be eternal intrinsic cyclical motion forms here that will create order in our universe. They are the sources of light, mass, energy in our universes. They are electron motion forms or electron-like motion forms. If they are in motion, free electron motion forms are the sources of all continuous spectra. Black body radiations, CMBR, X-rays, continuous spectrums, etc. Not spikes, not characteristic lines, but continuous spectrums. Okay, free electron motion forms, moving free electron motion forms are the sources of this. Then, if they are in motion, free electron motion forms are the sources, all continuous spectra. They are sources of successive light waves. They are sources of successive light waves. Okay, successive, intertwined, interconnected, etc. And in these conditions, light is anisotropic. When free electron motion form is in motion, light is anisotropic. Okay, change relatively direction and change relatively its source, electron motion forms, velocity, direction, orientation, okay? Without free electron motion forms, there will be no life, there will be absolute 0 degree cold, there will be no stellar motion, etc. motions, there will be no stellar extra motions, there will be absolute 0 degree cold, there will be no gravity, heat, temperature, etc. Even though this is the case, proton-bound electron motion forms at their first cycles will go on their cycle at highest level energy, according to my theory. Yes, proton-bound electron motion forms, here proton intertwined, this is electron motion form, this is proton electron motion form at first cycle. Okay, proton-bound electron motion forms cannot produce and propagate successive consecutive waves. They are passive light sources and they can only make single wave pulse. Proton-bound electron motion forms in atoms are the sources of all characteristic emission, absorption, spectral lines. This is continuous spectrum of free electron motion form. But these spikes lines from proton-bound electron motion forms, okay? Proton-bound electron motion forms in atoms are the sources of all characteristic emission, absorption, spectral lines. They are sources of single wave pulses, and these pulses are isotropic. Okay. Proton-bound electron motion forms are passive light sources. Unless free electron motion forms successive waves interact with proton-bound electron motion form, proton-bound electron motion form cannot produce single wave pulse, cannot produce light. Free electron motion forms are active. Proton-bound electron motion forms are passive. Okay? When a wave comes in and interact the axis of proton-bound electron motion form, this successive wave make this electron expand at the rate of squared wave numbers. This is absorption. Okay, and when free electron motion forms successive waves vanish, this expanded proton-bound electron motion form shrinks again, and at the rate of squared wave number shrinking, it produces and pour out single wave pulse, while shrinking proton-bound electron motion form pour out single wave pulse, and single wave pulse is isotropic. In all directions, enlarge at the speed of light. Without this interaction, life cannot occur. Okay? This is so important. Have a good evening. See you later.